Gang. Welcome to Pittsburgh, Kool.
All right, how you doing, John?
I'm fine, and yourself? I understand you're playing this evening at the Stanley Theater.
Yes, we are. Right.
And is this the culmination of a tour, or is this the beginning of the tour?
Well, we're kind of like in the middle. We just left the West Coast. We're working out there. Also, we did Kansas City and Dallas, Texas. So we got about a couple more weeks out.
Hitting warm spots.
Yeah, keeping it hot.
yeah, the music is hot and it has to stay hot. I was wondering, as many other people often do, exactly how did Kool The Gang come together and begin?
The group started back in 1964, one of the first, Jersey City. Can't forget about Jersey City.
No, not Jersey City.
All right. We started off with one of our first names was called the Jazz Jacks. We were still young, going to grammar school, PS22. And we would work around, you know, in the park, different park festivals that they would have, and various functions at the school, amateur shows. And we would work over in New York, a place called the Cafe Wall, where you used to work in there. When you get finished, you might get a bag of potatoes,
right,
a little bit of brew on the way out.
Seems I remember the place.
Okay.
Yeah, well, your first hit, was it in 1969, Kool The Gang?
Right. Going back from Jazz Jacks, the name was changed to the New Dimensions, and then was changed to the Soul Town Band. And in '68, we met a producer by the name of Gene Red, and he had a pending deal with the Light Records, the company that we're still with today. And we changed the name from Kool, well, it was called Kool and the Flames. I got to tell you.
Kool and the Flames.
All right. We were working in a club in Newark. After we had left the Soul Town organization, they were still calling us the Soul Town Band. One evening, the master of ceremonies from the Soul Town Review had an idea, he had a concept. He had a poster that read Kool and the Flames. And he asked us, how did we like the name? We said, well, they're calling us the Soul Town Band, so we decided to take on Kool and the Flames. Now, we later changed that to Kool The Gang because James Brown group was James Brown and the Famous Flames.
Right.
So we decided a lot of different call ourselves. We said, let's just change Flames to Gang, call it Kool The Gang. What was being created was like a street type sound, you know, not gang of gangs, but in a good way.
Right, the positive way.
Right.
Oh, okay. And was the first hit? How many gold records have you had since 1969? In some musical experiences I've had, I've played Kool The Gang's music. It seems like I've been playing it since at least 1969.
Well, there has been 4 gold albums to date, and singles about 6.
And that's a very honorable mark there.
Well, so far so good. We climbing.
There's only one way to go, and that's up. How's your music changed since the early days of Kool The Gang?
Well, I think the evolution of the sound has been a mixture of the earlier days, like when we were with the Soul Town Band. We would back up a lot of groups that were singing songs by the Temptations, the late Billy Stewart, Diana Ross and the Supremes at that time. And so after we would do the steps behind them, we would kind of like get into our thing, you know, which is more jazz oriented. And we would, what started to happen, the sound started mixing together. We might play a tune without the vocals and just add feeling to it. And the horns was like our vocals at the time. And up until 1968, we have developed, you know, the sound had evolved into what we call the Kool The Gang sound. Now lately we added a lead vocalist to the group, James Taylor. It was right before Ladies Night, with the Ladies Night album. And that's the addition to our sound now, which now is Kool with vocals, or Kool The Gang.
Yeah, so I remember that Kool The Gang were always respected in the jazz community and you always got air players on jazz stations as well as R&B stations. Right. And yeah, with the aid of Spike, and understand you have Clifford Adams playing with you, who has got strong jazz roots.
Oh yeah, Clifford Adams, and also Mike Ray. He's been out with Sun Ra for the last year.
Sun Ra. So is your music now an extension, do you believe, the sum total of the music that has it evolved? Is there some chronology? Has it been all a flowing thing? We've been reflecting the times the whole time, and so therefore is the music now a result of where it's been coming from the whole time?
I think it's slowly moving towards that. We have been dealing with, of course, we're in a commercial business dealing with the changes of what the market demands, but at the same time trying to keep our own identity, With James in the group, there was a slight difference in the sound. Had to listen to the track twice to say, is that Kool The Gang? But we kind of kept the identity in the horn. With Clifford Adams and Mike Ray and who we have in the group now, and Spike, I think we have the elements in the group now to do some of the things that, depending on what the future predicts. But we would like to get back into some more, some of the things we did in our earlier years, jazz or jazz fusion, whatever, the proper title would be today. But we feel that we have the elements to go that direction.
And you're the progenitors of jazz fusion. You were doing it before they called it that. And that's a fact.
I take that from you. We have tried to be innovative, and we started back some time ago, so we are the pioneers, and I accept that from you.
That's the way that's the way I feel, Mr. John. Now, what would you ultimately like to communicate through your music to the young people and to the listening public? What is in particular you'd like to communicate?
Well, our music, we try to approach it from a universal level in terms of having music that various mass of people can relate to. Something like our latest single, Celebration, something that is something that's up is also saying something positive, really just to celebrate life, feel good about yourself, And then songs that deal with, from a social point of view, like a Too Hot situation in life that other people can relate to. So in our sum total, we try to have our music, we try to approach our music for it deals with people in general, and we can get into it.
Well, it seems to be very successful. You've always been a music trendsetter, and where do you think the music's going to go from here? Everyone in the music industry seems, and the musicians as well, seem to always look toward New York or the Northeast to find out where the music's going next. And we in Pittsburgh are also very interested in trying to get a preview of where the music's getting ready to go.
Well, that's a good question. Well, right now it seems like the music is coming more together. You hear jazz mixed with pop with R&B, country western is. It seems like it's coming. Music's just starting to come together, and when it comes together, maybe we can get away from those titles and just focus music, and really just deal with the writer, the color of the music, really the beauty of who's writing the song, and how he colors his melodies instead of just classifying the music. So I hope that one day it just becomes music for everyone to deal with, not just titles.
That's a hope of my own too. I would imagine that's what the jazz fusion is just a marriage, which was seemed that it would be natural anyway, that these two musics born of the same people and possibly from the same socioeconomic background would finally blend as one. So I guess they call that jazz fusion, and it's a nice word. But I do understand that I believe what you say is true. That in sometime in the future, that maybe we will just call it music, and all good music will be appreciated equally.
Correct, right.
What are you planning to put out some more music? Do you have some music now that you've recorded that's going to be released soon, or are you getting ready to record some new music?
Yeah, in the process of working on our next album now. We've been doing it while we've been on the road. We're looking for a September release. The album should be finished by the end of July. And right now, for a title, I think it's going to be called The Next Step.
Sounds beautiful. I know it's perfect. What kind of music is going to be, what kind of music are you going to showcase? I don't mean by is it going to be kind of the mold of the present, with the vocals and the horns embellishing?
A combination of that. We also will be dealing with a little bit of reggae. Something that we experiment with now.
Yeah.
A couple of tracks.
Seems to have a new force. Yeah, worldwide, the reggae.
Yeah, well, it has an energy, and we try to lock into those different energies and try to put it into the wax.
I understand. We feel those positive vibrations of the energy through the wax, and that's why we're very proud to have you here. What kind of suggestions, young people look up to entertainment, and they always need an entertainer to give them some insight into what's necessary and what's needed for them to possibly fulfill their dreams. And what suggestions would you have for the young people as well as the young musicians?
Well, my first suggestion would be approaching the music businesses, try to be original as possible with their material. I know that being that it sounds so much alike, very competitive today, but if you have that identity, at least you'll stand out. Also, from the business side, of knowing more about the music business, know about publishing, know about mechanicals, know how your record is promoted, what you go through to promote the record, and also have a good lawyer and a good accountant so that you can lock into what's really going on, because it is a music business.
Right.
The creative part, have the creative part, but also know the business part also, and that's just from experience.
Oh yeah, well, 4 gold records, 4 gold albums, and 6 gold singles. Sounds like there's been some intellectual input in this music, and I'm very pleased to have you here today, Kool, and I wish you all the luck at the show, and it's been enjoyable. I wish we had more time to speak, and maybe you can come back, or we'll have an opportunity to get together with you again so that you can spread more of the knowledge and of the business, as well as the necessity for things to be of a positive form to be acceptable and communicable amongst people. We appreciate it, and we thank you, Vision Productions and Tree of Art Live thanks you. And we wish you the best to play this evening, my brother, and looking forward to it. Don't want to hold you up too much longer.
Thank you also, and the Pittsburgh audience for staying with Kool The Gang, because there was a lull period for a while, a couple of years, but we're back, and we're going to try to continue to bring good music, good vibes, and good message.
Well, I'm sure the people realize that you've been doing because they're buying the records, and I'm proud of them for them buying them because it shows good taste. This young lad squatting here with us, he seems to be of a musical nature.
Yeah, this is my son Muhammad. He's playing drums now, coming up through the ranks.
A legacy is being born. We got a legacy going here. A drummer. You don't have his group set up.
Well.
So, are you gonna play?
Huh?
Will you be playing this evening with the old man?
No.
No, you don't get to play this evening.
I get to play, but not with him. I got my own music.
Oh, learning what? Well, I'm John. I'm pleased to make your acquaintance, Muhammad, and hope to hear from you soon musically. And I guess that seems to cover a small aspect of the Kool and the Gang.